Chapter. Okay, so this has been the most requested video thus far in my new journey to YouTube of a Trader Joe's haul. I live like a block away from Trader Joe's, so I am so lucky. Don't get me wrong, I love my Whole Foods and I have specific things that I like from all my stores, even like Thrive Market. I've got all kind of different things working, but I went through yesterday and got all of my favorite things, or things that I already have in my kitchen, so some things will already be open because, you know, I wasn't gonna buy the whole store. But I thought I'd go through and just show y'all all my favorite things and kind of even ways that I use them. So let's get started. First of all, I'm gonna sip on my kombucha, which I get from Trader Joe's, and this is by far my favorite flavor, the trilogy one, but these are just awesome little boost of energy. Or I don't drink sodas or anything, so this is kind of my way of having something outside of water or coffee or matcha. So if you haven't tried one of these, this brand's the best because it's actually Whole30 approved. They have Holy Kombucha, which is super yummy, but it does have cane sugar. So this is definitely my favorite kombucha brand. Okay, next, for those kiddos, I'm not really much of an oatmeal person, but I try to give Temple oatmeal here and there. I had like a swirl of peanut butter, some mashed raspberries. So these are really good for some old-fashioned organic oats that I get from there. And then this is probably one of my favorite things from Trader Joe's. So I use coconut oil as my lotion pretty much all the time. So does my husband. And when you're traveling, we usually have like the big tub that I'm sure I've shown you all via Instagram. But these are great because they're little packets. So if you're traveling, you can use this. Obviously, you could use it for food sources as well, but truthfully, I use this for my lotion when I travel. And always a tip when you're buying coconut oil to get organic and cold pressed. So always cold pressed, and theirs happens to be organic and cold pressed. So another one of my favorites. You can make your own pesto, obviously, and I love doing that. But when you're feeling lazy, I love their kale, cashew, and basil pesto. This is great for pastas, or we'll put it on top of chicken. I'll do this for Temple. It's not organic, but the ingredients are super great. So you win some, you lose some. Obviously, I like to try to buy organic whenever I can, but this is one of those Trader Joe's products that I really do love to have on hand whenever I'm not feeling so fancy and cooking it myself. Dried mangoes, aka my addiction. Honestly, I cannot have these in my house sometimes because I will finish one of these in a day. Easy. Caleb's like, all right, put the mangoes down. There's tons of brands of these, but I will say Trader Joe's is just as good as any other brand. I prefer to go to Costco and get the giant bag because that's how much I love them. But when I'm there, I always get like 3 bags of these because, again, I'm obsessed. Chia seeds, and darn, I meant to pull it out. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen that with my chia seeds, I store them in the fridge in a wet jar, which in this post, I'm gonna link all these foods in their categories of like fridge, whatever, and I'll make sure to link the wet jars. It keeps them fresh longer because these do go bad sooner than I can ever finish them, but I love adding them on top of toast with peanut butter and sliced bananas and some chia seeds. I sneak them into Temple's food all the time. Having that extra fiber and omegas and protein, it's really great just to sneak them into your smoothies. Whatever you can do, try to add them in anywhere. My other favorite's flaxseed. It's kind of my other thing that I keep in the fridge and I try to sneak into meals. Next we've got, so I'm gonna go into some fridge items. I'm not gonna show y'all produce other than one thing because it's my favorite thing. Obviously, lemons, all those things. I don't think you need me to tell you that I buy those. But I will say, I love the meats and veggies, take that back. I love the veggies at Trader Joe's, the organic veggies. I'm not a big fan of the meats at Trader Joe's. I'm sorry, I've said it. Even like their organic ground beef and stuff, I just think it's a little chewier. I would rather buy brands that y'all have seen me post via Whole Foods and things. So I will say I don't usually buy much meat from Trader Joe's. Hi, Pickle. Pickle is now in the video. The one veggie that I am going to show, because y'all understand I'm not going to show all the veggies, is this organic kale. I love buying this, and I'll just cook it in a little olive oil on the stove and just kind of heat it through and wilt it with a little bit of lemon juice and then some chili flakes. And it is so freaking good. I'll add like tuna and make it a salad where I have the warm kale underneath, or slice up some chicken, any protein on top of it. But this is definitely my number one. I always buy from Trader Joe's is their organic kale. So, random thing. All right, next, butter. I've never really been using butter, but now that I've had Temple, we try to incorporate lots of good healthy fats, and I'll either use ghee or butter. I mix it up for her. Always try to use grass-fed and things like this, but I do love this grass-fed Kerrygold, really good brand butter that they sell. So if you're gonna get a butter from there, I recommend this one. And I always go unsalted for babies, or even for myself. I already season things with salt, and you have to be particular about how much salt your child's getting. So especially when they're very first starting food, they don't need a bunch of salt. So make sure you go unsalted. The only meat that I buy from Trader Joe's, literally, I'm just not really into their meats, but I do like their organic chicken sausage. I'll cook this up for Temple and us and put it in a scramble, make an omelet with it. Usually it's a breakfast thing for us, but if we're being lazy at night, it would be great with this kale, and do a kale bowl with some kale, some cauliflower rice or regular jasmine rice, and then some of this. I love making just simple bowls like that. So I do love the organic sweet Italian chicken sausage. This is not organic, but a mom's gotta do what a mom's gotta do. This is one of my go-tos to give Temple whenever I'm just in a crunch and I don't have time to cook. I get this Trader Joe's butternut squash ravioli. They have a bunch of different flavors, but Temple loves this one. I try not to do this very often because the ingredients aren't amazing, but you know, like I said, put a little butter on this or add some of this pesto with it. Bam, done. Easy meal for the whole family. Okay, this is something that I recently found, and I'm like, you go Trader Joe's, they now have some bone broth. I try to use bone broth whenever I can. When things call for chicken broth, if I have bone broth on hand, I'm gonna use that because it's better for you, and yeah, you're gonna get more nutrients and things from that. So even when I make jasmine rice, I cook it, instead of in water, I cook it in bone broth. You get more flavor, things like that. So you'll have to try their bone broth. Snacks, let's go into a few snacks that I love. Epic bars they sell, delicious little meat bars. They're Whole30 and awesome. These are both, well, this flavor is Whole30, and these are my two favorite flavors of RX bars. They're peanut butter and the chocolate sea salt. Truthfully, these are the only two flavors I buy, and I'll eat like half of one of these before a workout and half after. I usually don't eat a lot before a workout, but these are just a really good on the go, especially when you're doing a Whole30. And then, oh my gosh, if you follow me, you know I am all about my Go Macro bars. I've gotten a few of y'all hooked on this. The coconut almond butter chocolate chip is life-changing. It's honestly a dessert to me. It's like the mangoes, I have to be careful with these. So this is definitely something I recommend though. The Go Macro bars are so yummy. So definitely try out these. What's next? For Temple, y'all know me, I'm not a huge squeezy fan, like the little pouches for kids, just because developmentally they're not understanding how much food they're getting. There's all sorts of reasonings. But when we're on the run, on the go, I get it, like survival. You gotta do what you gotta do. This is something that I get for Temple occasionally, and she loves them, and they're not really big pouches. So they have a few different flavors. I try to do the apple carrot because then it's a little less sweet than some of like the apple banana flavors and things like that. Adults could eat these too. I'm not really into that. I feel like I'd be hungry in like 2 minutes after I eat them, but if you're into that, you can have some too. Okay. What's another snack? Oh, these. So good. Okay, the almond cashew chocolate cranberry and cherries. So let me open this. Actually, it's really hard to open, so I'm not going to do that right now. But they're little pouches. I was going to go there, but then it would have just taken too much time. They're little pouches, and they're good on-the-go nut snacks. These are really the best for travel is when I use them. On a road trip, I would have them all the time when I would go visit Caleb in college. I would bring these on the road as a healthier option than stopping for Whataburger, which I really wanted. So Obviously, I want the ones with chocolate added. They have all sorts of different kinds, but guilty. I love the chocolate ones. Okay, this is something that's awesome for making some quesadillas because it actually holds together. It isn't gluten-free, but the ingredients are really awesome, and I always preach sprouted is the best. Sprouted grains means you're getting the most nutrients. It isn't stripped of anything. This brand is equal. Everything is amazing from them. I actually have another thing from them that I love. They sell their bread. They have a cinnamon raisin one, and then just the classic orange packaged one is just like their regular 4.9 bread. But this one, cinnamon raisin, is so good to make French toast with. It's not in the freezer section, but when I get it, I then put it in my freezer because we just don't eat bread fast enough. But then I'll just take it out as I need, toast it up for Temple or for us. All things is equal. If you don't have a gluten intolerance, they're really, really good brand. And all their stuff is sprouted 100% whole wheat. So that's another brand I love. Okay. Everyone's probably heard of this, but they sell it there. Chosen Foods avocado oil. I love switching up when I'm cooking things for Temple, especially but for all of us, I should care just as much for my nutrition, but obviously for her, I'm a little more anal about it. But their avocado oil and then their avocado oil spray. I didn't see it at the spray one at Trader Joe's this past time, but if they have that, I love the spray just because it's easy. This is really good when you're cooking at higher temps. It even says it has like a 500-degree smoke point. So if I'm doing stir fries, I'll either use this or grapeseed oil because it can handle heat a lot better than olive oil. Okay, I'm gonna kind of clear this area. One sec. Okay, I'm back. It was like kind of getting a little cluttered because I have all these things to show y'all, but we're getting towards the end. We really just have a few items and then the freezer section. So next we have the tomato basil marinara. I'm a huge fan of the Rouse brand, which I get from Whole Foods, so usually that's what I buy, but if you are like an avid Trader Joe's person, then I do love this organic tomato basil marinara. I love when there's some added basil. The ingredients are really clean. I think it's all, yeah, this is Whole30, so there's no added sugar, so I do recommend that. Again, back to my sprouted talk. Whenever you can, get everything sprouted for your grains. This is organic sprouted tricolor quinoa. I love cooking this for Temple and us whenever, I don't do a ton of grains. Once or twice a week will add in like some rice or something. For the most part I do like cauliflower rice. But this is great because they see all the different colors, so it's good. Quinoa is kind of a weird texture, great for introducing food for kids. Temple loves this. I'll swirl it in with some hummus, or I'll make her like a fried rice out of it and use quinoa instead. But anyway, love this stuff. Okay, then brown rice pasta. I love Jovial brand, I will say, is my favorite, which is, I think, at Central and Whole Foods. I know it's at Whole Foods. I think that they make the best gluten-free pastas out there. They're not like, sometimes gluten-free pastas has like that sticky taste to me. But I have made this plenty of times, love it. So if you're at Whole Foods, I love their brown rice pasta. These are two, usually I'll get the fusilli, you know what, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. And the penne pasta, these are really good ones for kids. I like the penne one a lot. So we'll make those. And then coconut aminos on the fried rice talk. If you don't want to use soy sauce and avoid the soy, use coconut aminos. Trader Joe's has some now, and it's great. It's Whole30, and it's a great alternative to soy. Although I will say, like, soy sauce has more of that like tang. But now that I've used it enough, I've grown to really love coconut aminos. The first time I had it, I was like, no, this isn't gonna work for me. But now that I've done Whole30 so many times and I try to avoid sugars and soy, that's definitely a favorite of mine. Okay, on to the freezer section, because everyone loves the Trader Joe's freezer section, which I love it. I don't like to do a ton of pre-packaged things, but when I do, I go to Trader Joe's. Their hash browns are like McDonald's. They are so freaking good. I had these far too many times during my pregnancy. No shame. Great for kids. I just fry them up on the stovetop in some avocado oil because you really want to get that pan really hot. And then I just cook them for like 5 minutes on each side, and they are So good. They are not organic. They do have canola oil in them, but you know what? This is what I call a treat. Don't have these every day, but on a weekend when you're like, we're just gonna cook an awesome brunch at home, whip out these hash browns and it will be a game changer for if you have friends in town or something, especially if you're hungover. Okay, this is already open because this is one of my favorite things and I already had it here. The chili lime chicken burgers, so good. I'll make these up for lunch. I'll add some muffaletta, put it under a bed of some spinach and make a salad. This is one of my go-tos when we don't have anything in the fridge. Caleb loves them. I can make like a little burger salad is usually how I always make them. Temple doesn't mind these. They have chili in them. I don't think they're really that spicy. Trader Joe's makes a turkey burger, but I just don't think it. I think turkey gets a little more dry, so I prefer these. Okay. These are one of those things that I recently got for Temple. I'm like, okay, sometimes I need something that's good for baby-led weaning. She can pick up and grab. It's not gonna make her choke. She's 1 year old. So these spinach and kale bites, packed with hidden veggies. Honestly, I really want to remake this into a recipe and just have a little bit cleaner ingredients. There's nothing like really bad in here, but it is an organic. But these are really good for guests coming over for a little appetizer. You could do it with like a little aioli or some type of yummy sauce with it. But Temple really likes them. So that's a win for me. And then, what's next? Oh, the Dr. Prodgers. I love this brand. I post about them all the time on my stories. I get most of their products from Whole Foods, and they don't carry all of like the sweet potato bites and things at Trader Joe's, but they do sell their veggie patties, and Temple loves them, and I'll just cut them into strips. Pickle. This looks out into my neighborhood, and of course they're gonna bark at all the people. No dogs. You're ruining my video. Oh, they're crazy. Love them, but I also hate them. Okay, next is, I'm sure everyone's had these that are true Trader Joe's people. Silver Dollar pancakes. Winning. These two things, winning for a brunch on a Saturday. Cook this up for your kids or yourself, add a little peanut butter on top. So good. And then put some hash browns with it, some bacon, and you're gonna have a tummy ache, but you're gonna love it. Only a few more things, we're almost done. Cauliflower pizza crust, fun little date night at home. I already put it away, but that kale pesto I showed y'all, do a pesto pizza and then do some, some cheese on top of that pesto, maybe do some arugula and some prosciutto. Bam. You're gonna just woo your date with this. And then last two things, I'm obsessed. One of my favorite Trader Joe's frozen finds is their jasmine rice. They have organic frozen dogs. They have organic frozen brown rice and quinoa. I don't really care for the quinoa. I think it's kind of like watery. I'd rather just cook it this way. But this is great rice whenever it's microwave. So obviously I try to avoid plastic in the microwave, but whenever I'm in a crunch and I just have nothing else in the kitchen, I will make this up and then pair it with whatever, but you just microwave it for 3 minutes in the microwave and it is so good. Lastly, some chicken wings. So I guess I do take that back about I don't really get any other meats because I do get their frozen chicken wings. They're the split kind, so you get all the different style chicken wings. I make my sister her recipe for the chicken wing. They're like salt and vinegar chicken wings and they're so freaking good. I'll put that link whenever I do this blog post so you can make these at home because they're so good. The dogs are literally under me wrestling right now. They're so ridiculous. But overall, that's it. I lied. Y'all know this. I don't even know why I need to show it, but we're just going to show it anyway. The two seasonings that are Trader Joe favorites. Everything but the bagel. Use it all the time. Avocado toast. Add a little of this on top. Anything. Chili lime. Get some mango or any fruit and add this on top, and it is so freaking good. Really good with pineapple. That's really the only time I ever use it is if I'm going to have it with some fruit. Really good by the pool in the summertime. You feel like you're like at a resort and kind of fancies up a bowl of fruit. So that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed my Trader Joe's haul. I didn't even have one sip of my kombucha, but I was too busy talking with y'all. I hope y'all like, those are really the things that I actually buy. Dogs. Those are actually the things I buy and I love. Obviously I don't buy these all every time, but these are my favorites and I hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all would do me a favor and if you enjoyed this video, like this, follow me on YouTube. I'm really trying to get more into YouTube this year. With my blog being kind of newer, I'm really trying to step up my YouTube game. So give it a like and a comment and let me know what are your favorites things from Trader Joe's so I can go try them out because it's always fun to go in there. It's like a kid in a candy store at Trader Joe's. But thanks again and you'll have a great day. Bye.